We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.
Welcome to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Clothes. John, we are in episode 14 of our fourth year. And toward the end of the year, John, we're going to hit 100 shows. Can you believe that?
Are we going to really do like the big party thing we talked about? I think that's a great idea.
I think we need to. I mean, it's your place. You can do it there.
Yeah, we'll do it over here. Have a big 100th episode party. Maybe do like, I don't know if we need to do a live show, but maybe really we do a live recording.
Well, yeah, a live recording. We can have like live makeup artists and people to do hair.
Oh, can we do like in the Warner Brothers where they come in and they poof, hit you right in the face?
I
Big,
like that idea.
that'd be awesome.
What you been up to? You got back from your family vacation.
I got back from the trip.
Yeah. How was that?
We had a great time. Great time, as always. Got some skiing in. I got up slalom. I sent you the video, and
I saw that. You're really good. I love slalom skiing, and I just
that was fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was day 2, my second attempt. Day 1, I couldn't get it done. I couldn't get the balance right. I kept like falling over once or the other. But day 2, nailed it.
Do you start with your foot out? Because I start with my foot out.
No, that's why my mom did it, and she always told me to do it that way. But I start.
It's so much easier to get your when you have your foot out, you're able to get your balance.
Yeah, that's what she said. I struggled with that. I just jam it in there as tight as I can and hold on
and go.
The water's spraying me in the face.
Well, once you're up, you ski well.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. Once I'm up, you saw me. I got up great. I just needed a day. I go 1 week a year, Rick, and then usually that means like 4 days of skiing.
I know, and it's alligator free, so you have no worries.
No, exactly. Which maybe if I thought there were alligators, it might get up faster.
You would really get up fast. Well, we have been doing showing at WEC. Our medium pony has been doing super well. It's kind of cool when you go to WEC and you're in air conditioning when it's 100 degrees outside. So
that sounds good.
That was good. I kind of planned it well. We did the first 3 weeks, and then I decided to give him a break because the kid that's riding him, his name is Diego, and they're doing really, really well. And then I said, I'll give him a break this next couple weeks. Well, they moved it to outside. No. So I'm like, well, I knew that. So yeah, I think they're moving it back inside. But WEC is amazing. You know, they have
how many more weeks do they have? Because I'm not going to make it this next week. I've got a clinic in Canada, but I need to try to get over there.
They're going until August.
Okay, cool. So I can do that.
That's good. You'll get in. I think they're doing 10 and they're on maybe 11. I don't know. It goes into August. You're fine.
Right. All right.
That's good. But we're chewing down the months, right? I mean, people are starting to get, what are you getting prepared for? What's your first event?
School. My kid goes to school. That's my first event.
Well, that's cool. He hasn't been to school in a long time.
No, this is like a big deal. But our first event is going to be Ocala in August. We'll go there.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's ours is August. We do Ocala and then we load up and go to Great Meadows.
Oh, cool. That's like the next week.
Yeah. We're just running them prelim. And then I decided, I got dressage qualified with my really cool horse, Ingomar. And I'm looking at all y'all's eventing schedules and stuff.
Yep.
Always in conflict. Like I can't do the next one to get my 4th level test score. So regionals are when, I don't know, something is, and then national finals, or I said, you know what, forget it. Briggs, you start writing
yourself a priority, Rick.
No, I gave Dingo to Briggs.
Okay. Well, there you go. That works too.
Yeah. So I think it's a good match. We'll get him out there, and it's probably going to be a good turn for them. So
cool. Good.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Good for Briggs.
So did I talk about getting the shingle shot?
No.
That's why I'm a little bit like drinking tea.
If we pan down, you've got a blankie on.
I got a blanket on. Briggs is making me chicken and rice soup.
And so just to be clear, you got the shingles vaccine. You don't have shingles.
Correct. I got the vaccine.
Nobody needs to call Rick or send him messages and like, hope you're feeling better. He's just got the vaccine and he's a little sick from the vaccine.
Right. And I woke up 3 a.m. going, ugh. But then I was telling myself it's better than having shingles. So it's fine.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the whole idea.
So there you go. So, yeah.
So the big thing and sort of the focus for today, the big event that's coming up here in the US is Rebecca Farm, which is one of, if not the most beautiful event in the world. Absolutely gorgeous place. We've got Sarah Broussard coming on here shortly to tell us about all of the preparations that have gone into it. I think it's still Ian that designs out there, but we'll confirm that with Sarah when we see her.
And then we have Alyssa Phillips coming on after, she had a little damage done to her ankle at Terra Nova. We have kindred spirits because I had my hip done at Terra Nova. So we have the same orthopedics.
Yeah, I didn't even know about this. Where did it happen to her? What happened?
It was weird. It was just a fluke. I think the horse jumped really big into that water in the backfield after you go around the corner turn. Jumped into the water really big and she just got knocked off.
We'll get all the dirty details from her when she gets on.
But she's recovering. She's doing good. And one big item of news is we sold our thoroughbred Predict that came from the Jockey Club. He found a very good home with Megan. She rides with Steph over by Scott Keach's. Steph's farm's right by her.
Yeah.
But this girl really got along good with this OTTB, and you've seen him over the years. We've worked diligently to get him reworked, and I'm really excited for her. So that's cool. Congratulations, Megan.
Yeah, good job. All right. Well, listen, let's do this. Let's take a break. And when we get back, we are going to have Sarah Broussard here joining us from Rebecca Farm to give us all of the behind the scenes action. So we will be right back after this.
Want to advertise on the John and Rick Show? Contact John at 352-875-8622
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Hey, it's John here. I just want to let you guys know I got back from schooling at Magnolia Sands Farm here in Ocala, Florida. Their cross-country field is perfectly suited for a first outing on a young horse or schooling your upper-level horse. Magnolia Sands offers over 110 jumps ranging from starter to intermediate, plus multiple banks, ditches, and waters. They're constantly updating their courses and have even added new ditches and a starter ditch wall. Conveniently located in Northeast Ocala, Magnolia Sands has made it easy for riders and trainers with online waivers, Venmo, and PayPal, and even offer a golf cart for guests. MagnoliaSandsFarm.com.
Equibrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
Equibrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order Equibrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We're here in our Equibrew segment and really excited to be joined by Sarah Broussard. Sarah, thanks for hopping on Zoom with us and telling us what's going on out there in Montana.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, Sarah, I haven't seen you.
I know, since January.
Yeah, since Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So how is you didn't have to go this year down here for the wedding. You got to spend all your time up there getting ready for Rebecca Farm. So how has it been getting prepared and getting ready? Are you ready to go?
We don't have a choice.
That's what you say every year.
Yeah, no, I think we're ready to go. There's always the last minute things like, finding a water truck driver and little things like that. But for the most part, we're ready to roll. We got horses showing up tomorrow. We are ready to accept.
Awesome. How many entries do you have?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I haven't gotten the total numbers yet, but it's probably between 650 and 700.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. We added modified this year, and we have 40 entries in the modified. So that's awesome.
That's a good
And
division.
it is a huge division. We actually split it up. And then we also added beginner novice, and we have 70, I think, of them split into 2 divisions. But what I noticed is our novice numbers went down because we added beginner novice. So I think it's a little bit safer now. People who moved themselves up to novice just to come here, they won't have to do that anymore.
Well, that's
So
good.
and it, adding beginner novice really, it did increase our numbers. I don't think modified did, because I think that those, people who were going prelim or training decided to go modified. So it really didn't change the numbers, but we're excited to have beginner novice out here. We had beginner novice in 2020 and during COVID, because we just did a national event that year. And it was a lot of fun to have these new faces around and people who'd never been to the farm before. So that was really exciting.
That's exciting.
So I have a question about that. You built a beginner novice course in 2020 and then didn't use it until 2023.
Yeah.
How come?
Because of the numbers. Basically, we knew if we added beginner novice, we were going to be adding numbers. And so logistically, we had to figure out how we were going to have enough stabling and enough time in the day with the schedule. And it's never really come up before because, we already run like 13 courses. And so adding 2 more is kind of a trick. But we're looking forward to it. We're really excited. We built some more beginner novice jumps and some modified. So there'll be new jumps out there. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think just for all those guys competing at that level and who did it in 2020, they should realize it's a beginner novice course. That's still a really big investment in jumps to build, to then sit on for a few years and think about how are we going to get this done so we can make sure we give everybody a great experience at the horse trial and then find a way to do it a few years later. That's, well done to you guys for getting that done.
We held, schooling shows, schooling mini events, and we have beginner novice for those. So we have been utilizing the jumps that we have. We just haven't used them at the July event. So it's, we're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun watching the beginner novice riders, because those are oftentimes the most fun divisions to watch, because everyone just has huge smiles on their faces, especially those juniors. They just think it's awesome. So I think that them coming up here, and I think for a lot of people, Rebecca Farm is a destination event and everybody wants to get here. And so now by adding beginner novice, we're allowing more people to enjoy the event and come join us in Montana and appreciate the beauty that we have here. It's just beautiful. We love it here.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Incredible. Hey, John, you kind of, before we got on with Sarah, you mentioned, is Ian doing the upper level? Is he doing the 4-star course?
Yes. So Ian is doing the upper levels. John Michael Durr is doing the lower FEI levels. And then Bert is doing the national.
Awesome.
Bert Wood.
Bert Wood, yeah.
Yeah. Bert is one of my favorite people. Him and Jay are like a terrible tandem. Every time I see one of them, I feel like I see the other guy.
Did I lose him?
No.
Oh, wait, did we lose John?
John, did you freeze off and go? Hey, Sarah, what I can say to that is they are funny. And Jay actually was competing at Ocala in early June. He was out there, or maybe it was April. He was riding though. He was out there doing the show jump. He was like competitive. He's out there going for it. I was like, look at Jay go. So that's pretty cool.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
We're looking at it. Jay and Bert built here the first few years, and so that was a lot of fun with the 2 of them together. Because you're right, they're an absolute riot. And they're a riot by themselves, but then you put them together, and it's out of control. They're so much fun.
What I was going to say before I was interrupted by my terrible internet was, I think people who don't know Bert should know, like, when he's out there, he's working hard and he looks really gruff and mean and he kind of scares people, but he's actually one of the nicest guys in the world. And Now, for me anyway, I find if you give him a hard time, he usually appreciates it, and then he does give it back. But he's a funny guy. He's a hardworking, very talented dude, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I like angry people, so I always find him super entertaining.
Yeah, no, he's been here from the get-go, so he really knows the lay of the land. He worked with Mark Phillips to begin with, and now he's been working with Ian Stark, and they work together at other locations. So it's good for your designer and your builder to have a good relationship, because they obviously have to work very closely together to make it all come true in the end. So really love all of our people. Unfortunately, we're going to be losing Ian because he's retiring. How dare he?
Right.
But so we're on the hunt, but we have some plans in the making.
So why don't you let them out here on the John and Rick show? Well, who is the short list of designers, Sarah?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, hold on. Then we're just gonna play a little game. Male or female?
Male.
Okay. All right. So that narrows it down.
Got that. Male for the upper levels, female for the lowers.
Ooh, so it sounds like the decision has been made. You're just not ready to announce.
It hasn't been made definitively, because we're still in discussions and trying to figure out budgets and such. So, but I think
contract negotiations.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we're looking forward to having some new. It's always good to have new eyes out on the course, because you see things differently versus someone who, Mark had been here for 10 years. And so the courses were very similar every year because that was his eye. And then Ian came and completely had a different eye. And, that first year we changed the direction of how the cross country course ran. And so it's been great to see what Ian has done for the property as far as building jumps and where they've been placed and making the courses throughout the farm. So, we're gonna miss him, absolutely, but we look forward to some new input.
That's great.
Is there any new stuff that he's doing for his finale? Any little secrets on the cross country course you can let us in on?
To be perfectly honest, I don't know yet.
Okay.
I will find that out in the next couple of days. He and Bert usually come up with some sort of signature jump each year. And I actually haven't been back there to see what that might be, if we have one. We usually do, but I can't guarantee, and we have so much out there as far as quote unquote Disneyland. We have the Western Town, and we have the amusement park, and we have the Bayou Water Complex. So there's a lot already out there.
Yeah, and that Bayou Water Complex, I don't know if it still has it, but I remember when I was there last time, it had a big shrimp cocktail in the middle of the water. That was pretty cool.
Yep. I'm not positive we're using it on the course this year, but we still have it.
Awesome.
And then of course, Ogo Pogo. Can't forget about Ogo Pogo. He's still on the course. We've had him on the course for, almost 20 years. He was one of in the beginning. He wasn't the first or second year, but he was pretty close.
So for those who maybe haven't been there or just watching or listening, tell them who Ogo Pogo is.
Ogo Pogo is the Canadian equivalent to the Loch Ness Monster.
Nice.
And my mother was very intrigued by Ogo Pogo. And so she really wanted to have an Ogo Pogo on the course. And he's basically, like a serpent kind of thing. And he's got I gotta say, he's got a really cute face. They did a pretty good job with his face and his teeth. But it's out there. I saw it out there. It's actually, it's not huge, but it is very eye-catching. But
cool.
No horses have ever really had a problem. So.
Oh, you just jinxed it. All right. Listen, Sarah, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to be right back if you're willing to stick around and talk to you a little bit more.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks. And thanks, Equibrew, for sponsoring this segment.
Yeah. And
Equibrew.
Rick, by the way, I need more Equibrew. I've just run out. I just got a message from Emma in the barn that we just opened our second to last bottle. So I'm putting my order in now.
Everybody out there, this live probiotic is really changing horses' gut life, and it's amazing. And so you need to get on it. It's a daily supplement. It's not a treatment supplement. It's a daily supplement. People go, I need to treat my horse. I'm like, no, you just put it on it and they live on it and they are terrific. So yeah.
It's awesome stuff. I need it. My horses need it.
A bottle.
We need to get you some. I'll send you some, Sarah.
Okay.
We'll
right,
come
we'll be right
back
back.
and talk more.
EquiBrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
EquiBrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order EquiBrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique allows him to identify and alleviate tightness in muscles. He uses trigger point massage to release points of restriction. Grant has over a decade of experience fitting and adjusting a wide variety of saddles. His expertise in equine physiology, coupled with a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle, allows him to quickly identify and correct any balance issues. Grant can also adjust your saddle on site. Grant works on all of my competition horses, and I have noticed a significant improvement in their performance at competitions and their overall way of going. Grant's based in Ocala, Florida year-round, but regularly travels to the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454.
Hi, my name's Leslie Law, and we are a proud supporter of Jump for Joy. We've been using their portable cross-country jumps now for about 10 to 15 years. We love these jumps because, as you can see, they're very easy to move. It would only take another person on the other side, and I could place this fence wherever I wanted to very easily.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are here with the one and only Sarah Broussard in Montana, getting ready for Rebecca Farms' annual destination event. Now, I think, Sarah, we are going to talk about the entries for the 4-star. How many? I think y'all have a 20 combined between the short and the long.
Yep. So it's, I mean, they're, they could be bigger, but for this side of the US, I think that we're pulling quite a few of what there's available out there.
Sure. And there's a lot going on this year too. There's a lot of planning. They have the European tour over there, and then they have Pan Am games. And so there's tons of stuff happening.
Yeah,
People going off.
It's a pretty good field, Sarah. Like you've got the West Coasters, but you guys pulled a bunch of riders from the East Coast. I mean, maybe not as many as you have when you had the plane come out, but I mean, you've got Kyle Carter there. You've got Buck Davidson, got Heather Gillette, got Liz Halliday came out. Allie Knowles is coming back west. Jesse Phoenix bringing 2 horses. And it looks like the rest of them there are all West Coast people, but that's a big enough group too. That's a long trip. I've made it.
It's a long trip. There's my understanding there are 3 flying in, and I think Brewster has either 5 or 6 on his rig. I'm not 100% sure because the numbers change as time goes on. But we're excited to have the East Coast again. I know that Liz has been here. This is her 3rd year. And she, that first year she was in a not real good headspace because of teams and choosing and all of that. And so they decided, fine, we're going to go to Rebecca Farm. And they showed up, and they just, they were just really impressed with the courses, with the event, with how we run it. I think that Rebecca Farm is still pretty unique in that it's still a family-run organization. And so we as a family work really closely together to try and produce a product that people really enjoy. And so it still has that small feel, even though there's 600, 700 horses. And my job is to make sure everyone has a good time, even if they don't have a good ride. When you go to a show and you have a good experience, whether you did well on your horse or not, makes you want to come back. And so, bringing people back to the event is, prime. That's what we try to do. We're lucky because we have this backdrop behind us the Valley is a really exciting place to be. There's all sorts of things. I mean, people plan a vacation. They show up on Saturday with a horse trailer and a camper and a boat, and, and they all, they go out to the lake, for the event. And there's just a lot of stuff to do here that I think really adds to the whole experience of Rebecca Farm.
I think that's really cool. And John, on the entry list, Alyssa Phillips, is she in the 4-star?
Hold on. I didn't see her name there. That's a really good question because we've got her coming up next, don't we?
In the 3.
In the 3.
She's in the 3. She had that injury, so she probably wanted to run in the 3-star. She's got Oscar there.
Second horse in the 2-star. So she's got 2, 1 and 3 and 1 and 2.
Gotcha. So she's made the travel and she's coming on next. But then back to your point of how great that place is to go. And you're looking at me and we're really close friends. And I've been trying to come there for many, 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 many years. And I still haven't gotten there yet. I promise one day before we're not all gray, I will make it there.
I'm pretty
just
gray.
Remember, I did take a break from my life.
I know.
From your wedding.
You
even
did.
When I was busy because I love you.
I know. I'm going to make that commitment. We're going to do it.
All right. Let's do it right now, Rick. Next year, we're both going to Rebecca Farm.
Next year, we're both going to Rebecca Farm. I commit to it.
Done.
Whether we're there with horses or not, I'm going to be.
I've been there with horses. I've been there without horses. And to Sarah's point now, it may be a little bit because I have, I get a little bit special treatment or feel like I do, which might be more kudos to Sarah. But to your point, it is a unique event in that you go there and it does feel like in a very good way, like you're just a guest at somebody's beautiful farm and you just get to enjoy it with 600 of your closest friends. It's pretty cool that way.
I love the event because, so many people come here and I get to see so many friends, but unfortunately I don't get to really spend a lot of time with them because I'm always, going here, going there. But it's, I love the event because I get to see so many people. And on Monday morning when I wake up and all the trailers are gone and there's, maybe 3 horses left on the property, it's kind of bittersweet. I wish it could, on the one hand, I wish it could last longer, but on the other hand, I'm glad it's not.
Right. We hear you.
So it seems to me every year that I've been there, Sarah, there's like always something extra that happens. Like I remember one year you were riding around in a pink tutu with like, I feel like a whip that was like sparkly, almost like a magic wand. So is there any sort of, well, I know there is. What are the sort of extra things that might be happening?
Well, we kind of went away from the kind of, I don't even know what we called it. It was like an exhibition. And we would get some of the officials to ride. And we tried to pull from a couple different groups of people. But we also decided, this was a couple years ago, we decided it got a little dangerous because, it was just catch rides and people didn't really understand their horses. And we did have somebody fall off in a mud puddle. We try to avoid that. But it's just the main part is that the schedule is just so packed during the event. And it's hard to take an hour or whatever to do this little exhibition. So unfortunately it's gone a little bit by the wayside. But who knows, maybe we'll come up with
I have an idea. Are you ready?
Okay.
So having had some experience out there staying at your place and some of the entertainment that you take me to go see, and I think you know where this is going.
Yeah.
I think Indian relay races would be a great addition to Rebecca Farms.
That would be fun.
Goodness. I guess I can reach out to the Native Americans and see if they'd be willing to do it. I don't know.
Yes.
They would love to do it.
When I'm there next year.
I guess they can run around the steeplechase track.
Yeah. Look, we can make this happen.
And you know why he wants to do this? Because he saw it on Yellowstone.
I'm telling you, Rick, it's amazing. We go down to the fairgrounds, and it is all joking aside,
crazy.
those guys can ride like nobody's business.
Yes, they
They're
are
really
amazing riders.
They're
I
really
had
good.
a friend years ago who called me the Indian because she thought I was a pretty good rider. So she called me the Indian. It was very heartfelt. So
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that's
that
a
was
big
nice.
compliment.
That is a big
It-
compliment.
yes, it was a very big compliment. I was very humbled by that.
So do you know, Sarah, who's on your 4-star long panel?
Yes,
Okay.
we have Bobby Stevenson and Gretchen Butts and Sue Baxter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very good.
Next year, Kiki was supposed to come this year, but she had the opportunity to get a knee surgery. And so I wasn't going to force her to move her surgery because I know that she was in a lot of pain.
And we
So
all
hopefully she does that. She gets it done. Everything's great. And then she'll be out next year.
and we all
Perfect.
love
That's
Kiki.
good to know, so I can schmooze her up when I see her, so I'm all ready for next year when I show up.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right. Well, Sarah, listen, we really appreciate you taking the time. We know you're in the middle of getting everything ready and it's just about to go bananas, I'm sure. So sincerely,
Already
thank
has.
you. It already has? Yeah. Well,
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Thank
It's
you,
good.
Sarah. It's
You
great
know,
seeing you.
good to see you guys.
oh,
how's
Sarah, one more question. Is it,
Yeah.
and I don't have any idea on this, so I mean, is it being live streamed or anything?
Yes, it will be live streamed through Horse and Country.
Okay. Awesome.
And they are doing it for free for us because that was one of the things that we really felt strongly about was, we didn't want to charge anyone. And actually what Horse and Country is doing, they're also offering a 15% discount to anyone here who wants to get a membership. So that was
good.
kind of cool too. So they'll be shown on Horse and Country. And I'm pretty sure that we'll also have a link on the website for some of the lower level stuff that Ride On Video will stream.
Very good.
Awesome. That's great. Thanks to you for making that happen. And Horse and Country TV is the place to go. So yeah, and I know thanks to you, Sarah, because you and your dad and Beth, I know, are the ones who make that all happen. So thank you. And
It's not just the three of us. Just so we're clear on that. We have a really good crew of people, core staff of about a dozen that really make the event happen between the volunteer coordinators and so on and so forth. There's about 10 to 12 of us.
Right. All right. Well, thank you to the whole team then for making that happen. And I'm excited to watch so that I can get the inside scoop. So we're ready to go for next year. And
Exactly.
Hey, John, before we leave, how far down are we with our minutes with Miss Sarah?
we can go as long as we want. It's our show.
Well, the reason I've said this is because I just got Jane Sleeper has had a riding accident, and I think we all need to hold together and think about Jane and her recovery. And if anybody, we're going to have it on here where you can go to give to her GoFundMe, but she's a staple for eventing and she is amazing. And I'm really sad to hear that she's been injured. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Good call, Rick. We'll mention that maybe in the next couple of segments as well, just to make sure everybody knows where her GoFundMe is. And obviously we're all thinking of Jane as well. So get well and feel better and know that the whole eventing community is behind you. And again, Sarah, thank you to you. Thank you to Rebecca Farms. I can't wait to watch and see who brings home the big 4-star long and 4-star short and 3-star and 3-star short and 2-star and 2-star short. And then the horse trials and the beginner novice.
Novice training, modified prelim, intermediate, 2, 3, 4 stars.
Yeah. Who's going to win the big
Oh,
class?
and the novice and the training 3-day. Can't forget about those guys.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
It's a lot. It's a lot. All right. We are going to be right back with Alyssa Phillips, who is presently on the way, on the road to Rebecca Farm.
That sounds awesome.
Jump for Joy fences are easy to move, lightweight, durable, and low maintenance.
So we're out here on the cross country. We just finished over in the show jumping over the Jump for Joy fences. Had a great time schooling over them. They're really nice and easy to move, so we were able to adjust some things and really have the exact school that we needed thanks to the Jump for Joy fences. I love them.
Order yours at jumpforjoyusa.com.
Since 1950, Maison Forestier has been offering its know-how to design custom-made saddles for passionate riders. In 2016, Maison Forestier took a turn and expanded into the sports world with the goal of improving the performance of the rider-horse pair. You will find a professional, reactive, and fun team to answer your needs. And this is why I have chosen Forestier for all of my saddlery needs. Feel free to contact the saddle expert in your area for more information by visiting www.forestier.com. Hey, it's John here. I just want to let you guys know I got back from schooling at Magnolia Sands Farm here in Ocala, Florida. Their cross-country field is perfectly suited for a first outing on a young horse or schooling your upper-level horse. Magnolia Sands offers over 110 jumps ranging from starter to intermediate, plus multiple banks, ditches, and waters. They're constantly updating their courses and have even added new ditches and a starter ditch wall. Conveniently located in Northeast Ocala, Magnolia Sands has made it easy for riders and trainers with online waivers, Venmo, and PayPal, and even offer a golf cart for guests. MagnoliaSandsFarm.com.
Oh,
All right.
perfect.
So this is you, me.
No, it's you.
It's me. All right, here we go.
She's really cool. Just bring her in as a really cool person.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'll absolutely do that. All right, here we go. Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. And as promised, we now have Alyssa Phillips from the road. She is, I'm assuming, in some random hotel somewhere, partway between Florida and Montana. So Alyssa, thanks for coming on.
Of course, I am in Columbia, Missouri. So kind of not halfway there, but part of the way there.
When did you leave?
We pulled out of my farm last night at 8:00 at night, and we pulled into the layover here around 11. So we made pretty good time.
Very good. So who's traveling with you? Is your mom traveling with you?
No, just Alexa Lap.
There you go. Well, that's good.
Yeah, she's helping me this weekend.
Yeah. Let's talk about you a little bit. Alyssa, you have had some major success with your horse Oscar over the years. And so what is your plan? I know things got derailed a little bit for you. Me and you share the Terra Nova experience where we kind of smushed ourselves and then got refixed and go back out there. You're on the developing rider list. You had this injury. How did you cope with that, getting forward and putting your plans back on go?
So obviously, yeah, that derailed all the plans that I had for this year. And whenever I kind of set the goal in my mind to go to Rebecca Farm, I honestly didn't even know if I was going to be able to make it. And so I was like, well, I'm either going to go and ride, or I'm just going to, go and celebrate my mom's birthday. But obviously in the back of my head, like, I really want to ride. So like, I'm going to push to ride. And I told my physical therapy, the different doctors, I was like, I need to do this. And they're like, all right, well, we'll try to get you there, but we can't guarantee that you'll be ready. So then I just kind of focused on riding just Cornelius and Oscar because I was just riding them here. And so I did that. And so now I'm hoping that obviously things go well at Rebecca, and then that kind of starts up my fall season, which I don't think I'm going to be doing anything too exciting because I need to give my foot this last half of the year to really like solidify and not overdo it, because I want it to be strong for the long haul.
Right. Well, that's the smart thing to do. I mean, just like a horse, we got to make sure we're ready to go and go out there. Now, I was with y'all. We were actually stabled at Terra Nova when this all happened. I was explaining to John, from my memory, Alyssa, it was just a big jump into the water. Was that where that happened? Where did that happen?
No, so it was just at the very end of the course. I think I was like 4 from home, and it was just like a little jump on the mound.
Yeah.
And it like he just jumped off the mound and landed at the bottom of the mound. And when he landed at the bottom of the mound, he like tripped. So his head went straight to the ground, and then gravity just took over. And then he was like, why are you on the ground? And I was like, I can't stand up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they came over pretty quick.
Yeah. You were really lucky because I told you this before, and I didn't get to see you before you went to the hospital, but I told your mom that Longwood and the orthopedics there, the surgeons are amazing. And you really got your hands in, you got your ankle in good hands. So there was a little touch and go with that, wasn't there? There was some danger going on.
Yes, there was. So whenever I obviously, I didn't know that it was broken at the time. So I'm like, Mom, can you just drive me to the hospital? And I'm like holding it up in the front of the car. And I'm like, okay, this is starting to get really painful. And I'm like sporadically crying. And then we get there and they take all the x-rays and no one's saying anything to me. And then my mom has this like worried look on her face. And then I'm like, I'm freaking out. And they're like, give her drugs. Like she needs to calm down. And then they take me in for a CAT scan. And then he takes my mom back, and then they're like, we got to send you into surgery. And then I'm like, what is going on? And then they pretty much just like have to knock me out because I'm like freaking out at this point. And then I wake up from the surgery and they're like, explain to me why they had to do the surgery that night, because I lost all the blood supply to my foot. And it was just like this whole huge mess. And like my bones just shattered into so many pieces. And so they went in there with the external fixator just to like stabilize everything. And then I had that. And I think for a week before I went back and got the next surgery to like repair everything, which was less stressful.
Right. Well, you're really lucky. I saw you at WEC and I'm proud of you. You're out there and you're getting it done. I just need you to be careful though. Don't get on those roguish horses, just the nice ones.
Learn my lesson.
So now that you've prepared and you're en route to Rebecca, tell us what your plan is once you get there.
So probably, I think we're planning on getting there about 9 a.m. on Sunday. And I think depending on how the horses come off the trailer, we'll either take them just for, a long graze or walk, or just go ahead and get on them and hack them around. And then just kind of take it easy Monday as well and see how they feel for Tuesday and maybe do a light flat. And then kind of figure out whether or not Oscar and Cornelius go on Thursday or Friday, and then make a game plan from there. But just do a little jump school while we're there. And I think it's just going to be a really great experience. Obviously, Oscar's been there before, but this is Cornelius's like first big trip anywhere, longer than 14-hour drive. And he's 9, but his eyes this whole time, he's like wide-eyed and he's a little skeptical. So it's nice that he has Oscar to just be like, hey, buddy, just chill out and it's fine. So I think it's just a really good experience for Cornelius to come along, go the level below, and just have a really good experience. So I'm excited.
And so when you get there, you say you get there on Sunday. So you've got a couple days to kill. We were just talking to Sarah and she was kind of mentioning how, and I remember from going out there myself, like it's such a cool part of the country. There's so much stuff to see and do. And obviously you're there for a job and to work and get these horses had to have a good performance. But do you have any thoughts about other stuff you might do while you're there? You're going to go hit the lake? Are you going to go to the road to the sky? What are you thinking?
So my mom actually flies in on Sunday as well. So she'll meet us there pretty much at the same time. And I'm sure we'll go out to Whitefish maybe that evening because her friend has a house out there. And so we're going out on her friend's boat on Monday. And then on Tuesday, Frankie Stutz and we rented a big pontoon boat for like 15 people to just go out on Flathead Lake in the afternoon. And we did that last year. It was really fun. I just won't be jumping off any cliffs this year.
No.
Into the water. No cliff jumping.
No, that's probably a good call. But you could probably swim in that lake because I would imagine it's pretty chilly. It might be good for your ankle.
Yes. But unfortunately, I'm not like I need to jump in order to like get it over with because it is so cold. But I think I might just dangle my foot off.
There you go.
Into
just
the water.
let it go in there. It's probably a good idea. Yep.
Yeah. So there are some things that I'm definitely excited to go do and like explore because I feel like each year I sometimes get wrapped up in the competition. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't go and like do XYZ because I just like got too, I don't know. I was just caught up in everything. And then I'm like, damn, I'm in Montana and I didn't even really get to go see all these really beautiful places that are, you know, within a 30-minute drive. So I'm going to try to take a little bit better advantage of that this year, especially with my mom, and it's her big birthday.
That's awesome.
Big birthday year. So.
Well, your mother's terrific. You know, I could tell just from Terra Nova that you are top on her list, and you had a lot of people jump in and help you out. I know Ben was there and a lot of people just trying to get you, you know, home, and then Ben got hurt and y'all ended up being hospital friends at home. So
I know,
cool.
I know. Cause he had just moved his horses to my farm for the summer, and then he went to Ocala and got hurt. And so he was like, I can't drive a car. And I was like, well, you can sleep on my couch. So awesome. he had his surgery on his collarbone, and then I was already kind of healing up, but yeah, he's doing better, and I'm glad I'm doing a lot better. But I you know, a lot of people jumped in and helped at Terra Nova, and I can't thank them enough. And just everyone like reaching out to me about, you know, trying to find a surgeon for me, and just trying to get like the best care possible and make sure everything was done right, and like all the tips and tricks. Like it was wonderful, and it was really appreciated.
Yeah. So. Sadly, event people know how to deal with injuries. So
yeah.
Now you'll be able to give advice to the next person.
I know. I'm like, this is my first major injury. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, now you do, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. Listen, Alyssa, if you can just hang tight for a minute, we're going to take a break, check in with a few of our sponsors, and then I want to come back and continue talking.
Perfect.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Since 1950, Maison Forestier has been offering its know-how to design custom-made saddles for passionate riders. In 2016, Maison Forestier took a turn and expanded into the sports world with the goal of improving the performance of the rider-horse pair. You will find a professional, reactive, and fun team to answer your needs. And this is why I have chosen Forestier for all of my saddlery needs. Feel free to contact the saddle expert in your area for more information by visiting www.forestier.com.
Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique allows him to identify and alleviate tightness in muscles. He uses trigger point massage to release points of restriction. Grant has over a decade of experience fitting and adjusting a wide variety of saddles. His expertise in equine physiology, coupled with a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle, allows him to quickly identify and correct any balance issues. Grant can also adjust your saddle on site. Grant works on all of my competition horses, and I have noticed a significant improvement in their performance at competitions and their overall way of going. Grant's based in Ocala, Florida year-round, but regularly travels to the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-44.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are here with Alyssa Phillips, who's in Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah.
En route to Rebecca Farm. It's a long trip. You've done it right, though. Alyssa, it sounds like you mapped it out where you could have, you know, really good strategic stops and make sure the horses get rest, and then you keep going. What's your plan? You know, we talked about Rebecca Farm. You're going to do the 3-star with Oscar, the 2-star with Cornelius. And you are being careful throughout the rest of your year, but what do you plan on doing? What's your thinking?
So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to run Oscar at a couple 4 shorts this year. Cause I mean, this Rebecca Farm will technically be his first event of the year. And he's such a dude at this point, like, you know,
right.
He doesn't really care. So I'll probably do a couple 4 shorts with him this fall, and then try to aim at Kentucky next year. But obviously that's a really far way away. And then Cornelius, I'm going to take to Terra Nova again, and I'm going to run him in the 3 long, and I'm going to get some redemption and not shatter my ankle this time.
That was a fluke, I think, anyway. So
I think it was just, you know, a little bit of, I don't know. I believe everything happens for a reason. And at some point in time, I'm going to figure out why. But
right.
I have two younger horses that I'll probably just run at the too short level this fall and just take it pretty easy. Nothing crazy. I think the biggest thing I'll do this fall is just run a couple 4 shorts and then take Cornelius to a 3 long.
But you're Ocala year round, right?
This is my first year round.
How are you liking it?
You know, it's so funny because everyone warned me about how hot it was, and it's hot, but it's more humid.
Right.
So I'm trying to compare it to Texas, and Texas is like really hot, but it's not humid. And so I really don't mind it because I try to get done riding before 11 o'clock, and then it's, you know, the horses are all inside for the day, and then we all kind of hide inside during that part of the day and come out around like 4 o'clock. So
yeah, I really think we're lucky, John. You can pipe in for Ocala. I've been here since 2019. You've been here forever. I've been in Tallahassee though. But this year it seemed like it was a lot cooler. And yes, we've gotten hot. Like we had this heat wave go through Texas and everywhere.
Yeah.
But for a while there, I was like, are we in Ocala, Florida? Because this is amazing.
It wasn't bad at all. I was like, what is everyone complaining about?
I'll tell you what, though, I think it's because you have to be smart about it, right? Like, you know, like you said, Alyssa, you ride, you get done, and then you sort of hang out. And sort of the proof of that is I just got back from a trip in Wisconsin. And so I'm only here for like 4 or 5 days. And then I have to go teach a clinic. So I got back and immediately I was like, I got to jump all these horses. They haven't jumped in 9 days, and I got to jump because I got to jump them twice. And I got on and I jumped 6 horses cross country in a body protector the first day I was here. And I quite seriously nearly gave myself heat stroke. I woke up at 2 a.m. that night with the massive headache and like sick to my stomach and terrible. So yeah, that has been a really good summer, but you also have to not be an idiot.
Yeah,
not do 6 back to back. I almost died just doing my 2. I mean, I know I'm not probably like in the best of shape that I should be in, but like I did my 2 at 7 a.m. on like a fairly cool morning. And I was like, oh, I need some water.
Yeah. Really, yeah, no, I was a moron. Really, I was careful about the horses, but not myself. One thing I want to make sure I get in here for the viewers and maybe those people who don't know you, Alyssa, is, and I don't know if I've ever told you this or not, but Rick, the first time that I met Alyssa, I think it was at Jersey Fresh. It might have been at Rocking Horse though, which I know is like random that it's two like completely opposite ends of the earth. Yeah. But I remember because I was stabled and this cute little girl with blonde hair and beautiful horses and everything just perfectly turned out was stabled across from me. And I'll be honest, I was like, oh boy, here we go. This girl from Texas is here. She's with her mom. And I bet this is going to be terrible. And Alyssa was the nicest person I have ever stabled across from. And I'm not really talking about me. This means a lot. I'm talking about the way that you treated your mom, because a lot of kids at the age that you were at then think they're being good to their parents, but their parents annoy them and they bother them and they get tired of them. But the way that you and your mom interact with each other, for me, was like instant, like, I don't know who this kid is, but I need to get to know her because that's a really good person. And it made a big impression on me. And I think it just speaks to, I don't know, I think the way people get along with their parents speaks a lot to the sort of people that they are. So good job, young Alyssa, for being good to your mom. People noticed.
But John, not only that, and they do have a lovely relationship because we all see that, right? But she can ride. I mean, this girl can ride. I mean, so she might be from Texas. Great people are from Texas. You can ride, Alyssa, and you've been doing really, really well. I know you've had some great successes with Oscar, and I know you're bidding on Cornelius, so that's terrific. So we wish you the best of luck for that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, my mother is the biggest influence of my life. It's her and me. That's all we got. We got each other, and our relationship is really important to me. And it's funny, as I've gone to more shows and done more upper level events, she's had to learn that, like, hey, just don't talk to me during this time and this time. Or if you have this question, like, just go ask somebody else. Like, don't ask me a question because I'm going to say it nicely, and so she's learned over the years when to kind of be around and when to not. And, that does help a lot, as tensions get high and stuff. But, at first she would get sad. She's like, why doesn't Alyssa want me around? And then my friend Alexa was like, Julie, you have to understand, like, I do this to my parents too. Like, it's nothing you're doing. Just like, it's the stress of the event, and she still loves you. Just give her a little bit of space and you'll be fine. And now everything's great.
That's good. Well, that was good input.
That is good advice, but I gotta say, like, I know it always happens, but I maybe just compared to other situations I've seen at horse shows, it's pretty remarkable. The relationship you guys have is pretty cool to see.
Thank you.
So what about Columbia? You got a few more hours before bedtime. Any big plans in Columbia, Missouri this evening?
After this conversation, I think Alexa's bringing Panera, and then I'm gonna eat that and go back to sleep because we're gonna pull out of here at 10 p.m.
Oh yeah, get some
wow,
sleep.
You really took a good break for us. Thank you.
Yes. Anything.
I know. John goes, do you think she will come? Do you think she'll come on earlier? I was like, well, let me text her. And when you didn't respond, you usually respond really quickly. I was like,
yeah,
let me call her. And then it rang and rang, and then you did really good because you were like, I was just taking a nap.
Alexa was like, Alyssa, Rick's calling. I was like, oh my God, did I sleep through my alarm?
Well, no, you didn't. We just got it done early. So you can go back to sleep and eat your Panera bread.
Exactly. Yeah. It's easier to drive through the night. I know there's a little bit more risk involved, if something happens, which
I like doing that too.
Well, but the horses traveled really well, and the place that they're staying at today is like really lovely, and the barn is really cool, and we got to get them out for a bit and hand walk them, so they seem pretty happy. And tomorrow is the longest leg of the journey. I think it's like 17 hours, so I did that, so then on Sunday we didn't have to drive too far to get to the show.
So where do you hit the destination in 17 hours then? Where do you
in Billings, Montana?
Yep. Very cool.
Yeah.
What beautiful country to go through. So
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Alyssa, we're going to let you get back to sleep.
Thank you.
You have a safe trip and enjoy the event. Be super competitive, and I know you're going to ride great. One more quick mention, Rick, for Jane Sleeper and her GoFundMe. She had a fall earlier this year, and she definitely needs everybody's support. So we're going to try to get the GoFundMe on the screen here. But if we don't, just go search. I'm sure Eventing Nation has it. And let's all see if we can't step up and help Jane. She is such a great influence on the sport and an ambassador for the sport, and just been around. She's a legend. So we all want to make sure we help her out. And then the other thing is, make sure you guys check us out. Alyssa, I'm sure you already have, but in case you haven't, check us out on YouTube and subscribe, and on all of your podcast players.
Spotify,
and give us reviews.
iHeart,
Everywhere. We're
everywhere.
Prestige worldwide.
Everywhere.
So yeah, you go check us out and make sure you give us all the likes and reviews.
You know what I'm going to tell her that happens to people that are on the show typically?
Oh yeah.
They're usually first or second. So there you go.
Yeah. This isn't a pressure thing. This is a good luck thing. Everybody that comes on our show, the next event, they're awesome.
Perfect. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
You're going to be amazing. All right.
Well,
listen, go
luck.
back to bed, enjoy your dinner, and get some sleep before you got to leave. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
Thanks everybody for watching. We will be back in a couple weeks' time with another amazing show as always. We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.